News is out. I am pregnant with a baby girl. I was freaking shocked. First of all, it is 2 o'clock and I am just getting ready. The reason being is because this morning, I am on 4 medications for nausea, the same 4 medications that I was on for baby Anthony. My nausea is severe. It is intense, to the point that I cry and almost start peeing on myself every time I throw up. That's how violent my vomiting is. Although I've developed some really great hacks, starting back when I was pregnant with Huxley, is vomiting in Ziploc bags. So you don't have to wash out the bowl. You don't have to worry about leaks or anything like that. Just seal it up and throw it away. But I've also learned that my medicines, all of them don't necessarily help me at a certain point, and they just make me feel like a zombie, and then I also feel like shit. So I'm like, okay, if they're not going to necessarily make me feel any better, and I'm just going to feel like a zombie and like shit. When I was pregnant with baby Anthony, it wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't take any medication when I was pregnant with Huxley, because at the time, 8 years ago, I felt like I didn't know enough about it, and I was like, I'll just, deal with it. But with baby Anthony, obviously, I could lay in bed all day because I didn't really have anybody else to take care of, because Penelope, she's 13 years old, she's in school all day, she can take care of herself, and my baby daddy was there to help. But baby Anthony, I obviously, I have to take care of him. It's like the end of the day, so I don't even know if I'm going to do a full face of makeup, because like it's the end of the day. My baby daddy will be home soon, and he loves me no matter if I got makeup on or what. That man loves me in a bonnet. I don't think I was wearing a bonnet when I got pregnant with Penelope, but I definitely got pregnant in a bonnet when I got pregnant with baby Anthony, and most likely this baby. He calls it my hat, but he just loves it, so he don't care if I got makeup on or not. He's still gonna do his thing. I stopped taking all of my medicines, and I only take them all now at night because my nausea is so bad I can't sleep, and it'll have me up all night, which since I'm taking them at night, they are obviously going to make me drowsy, so it helps me sleep. But I've only been taking the Bonjesta one in the morning. I also take that one at night. But this morning I accidentally took all of my medicines this morning, and it's not like I did something against the prescription. I can take them all. However, I just haven't been because they make me feel so drowsy. So I was sitting downstairs feeding baby Anthony breakfast, and I'm like, why do I feel like The Walking Dead right now? And I played back in my mind me talking to my baby daddy, and I took out multiple pills. I'm like, wait a second. That's what I do at night, not during the day. So I have basically been in bed. I took a shower like 2 hours ago, and then I sat in my bed with no clothes on, just sitting there like, I don't even think I'm going to do foundation. I'm just going to use I don't even know what you call this, but on days where I don't feel like doing my makeup, but I still want to put something on my face, I use like the residue that's left over in my brushes. People always like, you need to wash your brushes. You need to mind your business. Did you wash your brush? Like, worry about your brush. Okay. Don't worry about me. But, and blush. Look at this. I have not dabbed anything. I just did makeup without even using makeup. I just used my brushes. But yeah. So I took the medicine. I've been sleeping all day. But I was so freaking shocked that it was a girl. I 100% knew that it was a boy up until a moment where we were sitting in therapy. And, in therapy, we talk about everything. We talk about present, we talk about future, we talk about past. And I was talking about my past and like, when I was a little girl, and like, I was sitting there and I started crying. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I literally felt the Holy Spirit say to me, I'm giving you a girl. And I was just like, no, you're not. I told Anthony when we left, and I was just like, that's crazy. But then I still just kept telling myself that it was a boy. I was like, there's no way. One of the things that God's been working with me on, and Penelope came in, she sat down and she talked with me, and we were definitely hoping that baby Anthony was a boy. We wanted a boy. And with this baby, I just knew it was a boy. I'm like, it's definitely a boy. I have got all the same symptoms, all the same cravings, everything. Although my baby daddy seems to believe that my sickness is actually more intense with this baby, which I didn't have any sickness with Penelope. Like, I would get nauseated by looking at like people's faces that were just like gross to me, or like the smell of people making turkey bacon. This guy that works in our office used to make turkey bacon all the time, and it made me nauseous. But I didn't like get sick and throw up. But yeah, I just knew. I just knew it was a boy. But I had this conversation with Penelope, like when I was pregnant with baby Anthony, and she was telling me like how she really wanted to stay her dad's only girl, like, you know, them, their relationship, and just like the time that she missed, them making that up and her not having to give up like being the baby girl or whatever. So that was kind of one of the reasons why I think both of us, our family really wanted a boy for baby Anthony, and we got that. And so then with this baby, when she found out I was pregnant, she came in and we had this conversation and we kind of talked about it. And I don't know what led me to say this to her, but I was just like, you know what? I was like, we could do one or two things. And I think this comes from all of the therapy that I've done. I was like, we can either, you know, pray for a boy and then you get to stay dad's only girl. And that would be really, really easy. But I'm like, the God I know doesn't necessarily always give us easy things. I said, what if, just what if, because I had to prepare her. And I'm also like encouraging myself. I'm like, what if God does give us a girl and some of those feelings and stuff that you haven't explored, some of maybe the hurts that you have, God uses this little girl, this new baby girl, to heal those things in your heart. I was like, so a boy is really easy and doesn't require us to trust God. It doesn't require us to believe that God can make imperfect things perfect, that God is the restorer of time, that God can preserve this relationship between you and your dad. I don't want you to just have this beautiful relationship between you and your dad just because you're his only daughter. I want you to have this beautiful relationship with your dad because number one, God promised it to us. We have a prophecy speaking about it, and because God is just a good God. And so I said that to her and she was like, you know, okay, it kind of made sense for her. And I'm even thinking to myself, like, okay, was that for her or was that for you, Abby? And I really thought, okay, that was for me. That was definitely for me because I think as a mom, you always want to protect your kids from any hurt or trauma that you can. And it just so happens all of us are going to have trauma, whether you think you've traumatized your kids or not. You're like, oh, well, I'm better than Abby because I didn't leave this husband and that husband and I don't got 6 baby daddies. Guess what? Your kid got trauma, whether it's because you started letting them drink Mountain Dew when they were 4 or because you got your whole family, your mom, your dad, uncles, and cousins living in the house and they touching your babies. They gonna have trauma. I plead the blood over them. But there's going to be trauma, whether you think you've traumatized your child or not. Even if you're just a family that you move around a lot, you're in the military, like that can be traumatizing to kids. People think, oh, I haven't done anything big, so my kids are going to be fine. Like I can accept the fact that my kids are going to probably need to go sit down and talk to someone about their feelings. And I'm like, okay, God, I can trust you with this little girl, Penelope, that I know that you love way more than I ever could. Like, I think I love her, but God, your love for her is even more than that. I could trust you with her heart. Or out of fear, I could keep praying for a baby boy so that she never has to deal with some of these hard things that she has kind of put off. And so it was like, okay, I believe that. And then like a week after that, I got a pimple on my face and I was like, oh my God, it's a girl. Like, but I just still kept telling myself, there's no way this is a boy. Like, I know it, this is a boy. And I'm like, you know, God, it'll be cheaper if it's a boy because the baby can just have all baby Anthony's stuff. Then I could buy baby Anthony like more expensive clothes because my reasoning would be like, well, 2 kids are going to be wearing it. And then we had our reveal and my face. If y'all watch that video, Penelope takes the video by far. But go back and look at my face. I was freaking shocked. Shocked AF. I still didn't believe it. To the point where I was like, where's the paper? Because the guy who came out and set up the equipment, Anthony wants y'all to know also, he owns that piece of equipment. That's his, and that's his baby equipment. He has bigger equipment. I was like, I'll tell the people. But the guy that came to set it up, I'm like, I don't know if I trust him. Like, I wrote him this detailed thing. Like, if the chromosomes say this is what it means. I didn't know if he was going to say male or female, boy, girl, or if it was going to give him the chromosomes and he was going to have to figure it out. I was like, where's the paper? I don't believe this at all. But we're having a baby girl again. And if I can say anything, I am scared AF, but I think it's going to be so cute watching baby Anthony with her. And, you know, by the time she's like old enough to be running the house, Penelope's going to be 18 and she will be, you know, she wants to go to college and all of that. So I think it'll just be really cool to watch Penelope just kind of have this little best friend that she gets to help navigate through, you know, being a little girl and being a teenager and becoming a woman. So Thank you all for your kind words. We're very happy.